We planned to haul Wanderlust for 2 days just to clean the bottom and check the prop, but that turned into 6 weeks on the hard. A big crack in the longeron had formed which needed to be repaired. Then the famous might as wells began. But winter had set in and we needed to sail to Australia as soon as possible. Join us as we make the best of an unexpected situation. We pulled out of the slip and headed around the corner to the haul-out bay. We were a bit early and another boat was being splashed, so we pulled over to wait. Soon enough, the Marsden Cove team was on board, helping us tie up to the haul-out dock. The guys inspected Wanderlust for the pad placement and then maneuvered the hydraulic lift into place. The tractor slowly pulled Wanderlust out of the water, and when we saw the barnacle farm growing, we knew we'd made the right choice. It was pretty comical to see Wanderlust being hauled across the street and the guys playing traffic police. She was backed into the bay and pressure washing began. So that went really well, right?
Yeah, it went super well. These guys are professionals. I mean.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see. I mean, because they have like everything just, perfectly set up on that hydraulic lift.
Yeah.
But it was interesting because you did have to like pull all the way out and then go back in to realign them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, we told him how we hauled in Raiate and the guys were in the water. He's like, yeah, water's a lot warmer there. Like, this is so much faster.
Yeah. And they do it with a smile. They're always happy. These guys are so happy.
I know, laughing, joking.
Yeah, they make me happy.
Yeah, they do.
It's a pleasure to haul out here. It's like a fun experience.
It is.
Really? It's great.
Once Wanderlust had a clean bottom, she was moved to her hard stand bay.
Yes, it's what's better about
So strong. We're moving off the boat just for 2 days. Well,
or more.
Dun, dun, dun. So, what did we find?
It's always something new. Unexpected. We hold out to do to clean the bottom first. Then we realized that we actually need a bottom paint. So we did that. As I was cleaning the stainless steel on the anchor chain track, I realized there was a crack. Basically, where the trampoline attaches to the longeron, there are nuts and bolts with a little loop, eye bolt, and the fiberglass has detached from the longeron. The big crack, some voids.
Yeah.
So I spoke with Seawind, see what they're saying. The boat was delivered on August 2020, so theoretically we think it's still under warranty, but we're kind of at the end of that period, so we'll see what they say.
Yep, but
obviously this didn't happen yesterday, but we found out yesterday, so
yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get it. I was thinking about maybe just delaying the fix in Australia so we get going, but apparently here especially in this marina, there are some very good tradespeople, and the boat builder here is great and more affordable than Australia from what I hear, and more capable. So probably delay our departure a little bit and fix this before we go.
Yeah.
We're getting a survey from RMBD in Marine Inspection Services to give us an idea why this crack happened. I'm surprised it didn't come off and let me in the drink.
Yeah, it's lucky really. I mean, the structure itself on the top's all good, but because it lays in two molds, so there's a top one and a bottom one.
Yeah.
So the bottom one's gone into the top one, and they obviously glue it together. But there's not enough fixing through this edge here, so there's a big void inside there. So as the tramp's been moving, it's just broken away that void. So there's no strength there at all. Just where the cracking is.
Another job they were tackling, which is unexpected. Well, I kind of actually expected. These chimes here, they've been giving us trouble for a while. We had to recork them at least 3 times. Last time in Raiatea, they fill up with water, and then you know, when you come to paint, the water trickles out, and so it's a pain. It's a pain because first of all, you cannot paint over trickling water, and also because I'm sure having gallons of water in these chimes well underway doesn't really help the performance. So we decided to just take them out and redo them faired with fiberglass and gel coat. It's gonna be an expense that I wasn't planning to incur, but it is what it is. Very lucky to be next to the original Corsair 51, which is hull number 2 by Corsair, before Seawind bought the boat, actually bought the mold. And here you can see how the chine is not there. And while I wait for the guys at Catamaran to bring me the grinder and start removing the chime underneath, I'll start taking the lashing for the trampoline to prepare for the repair of the longeron. Now we're going to drop the anchor and the chain on the ground and remove all the stainless steel that holds the chain in place. And now we take the hardware off the longeron, or longeron, I'm not sure it's pronounced, longeron maybe. I have a scaffolding, it's great, so that you get the job going. I'm excited.
The next step in the prep work was to remove the existing chines.
I tried to cut the silicone with a blade. I tried different ways, but it's glued pretty well. Only in some areas where water gets in that is not glued well. So I'm gonna do what I can. I want you to know that this is hurting me pretty bad to chisel the hull of my boat. It really is not fun.
If you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, drop us a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. It's a totally free way to help us out.
Oh, I broke the chisel.
Without a chisel, Fabio used wedges to pry the chine off.
As you can see, this thing is still full of water after poking holes and let it drain it for a few days, but there's a sponge of foam there that's totally impregnated, so it needed to come out as much as it hurts me. That hurts. Clearly here, well, this corner was totally unattached. See, there's no glue, no nothing. Now it's time for a grinder to remove the remaining piece of fiberglass. You can see some places really didn't stick to it wasn't stuck to the boat. So this was areas of ingress. If the silicone failed, it was coming through here. Here, see that? For the starboard side of the chine, I'm gonna start banging away. And you know, one reason that I'm taking this out is, of course, it fills with water and it's, you know, I really don't like that. But it's also unsightly. All the silicone sealant gets really gross and molded, and I can never get it cleaned properly. So out it goes. And as expected, there was water inside too. Done. Unbelievable. This was somewhat satisfying, a little sad, you know, that I have to hurt my boat like that, but it's like in surgery. Sometimes you gotta cut out the cancer, and when you do it, you get some good tissue with it, but you just cut it out, no mercy.
Fabio has decided to weigh this fiberglass piece, the chine. Oh my goodness.
So it's 30 pounds.
30 pounds, okay.
30 pounds. This is the foam that's been cut to fill the space where we put up the new chimes. It's super light stuff, so it shouldn't really add too much weight. Oh, okay. Very light. We'll see how much goes in one side.
The foam was being shaped in the shop to fit in the existing space.
Today they're gonna shape it further to make sure that it matches the angle of the hull. Hopefully tomorrow apply the bag and seal it down.
And that's just what they did. We are starting to see some progress on the chines.
Yes.
Thankfully, right?
Yeah, they're doing a great job.
They are. They've got all the foam installed, and they put, like, what is this? Some kind of mesh here, right?
Yeah, there's a mesh so that the air kind of comes through that mesh from the foam.
Right, because right now they have a vacuum machine hooked up, and it's basically vacuum packing. It's taking all of the air out of the foam,
Yeah,
right?
so they can be substituted with resin.
Yeah, so. Progress. Since we find ourselves with some extra time here on the Hard, we're going to tackle a project that we've wanted to do for a while.
Long time.
Right? Yeah.
Our generator.
So tell them what the scoop is.
We have been struggling from a leak in the pump. The water that had fallen down in the mounts had corroded a lot of the stuff underneath. So I need to take it out, change the mounts, change some parts and clean it up and put it back. First, we shut off the fuel. I have to take out all the hoses for the power, the electricity, and the fuel, and the coolant, and the water. So it's a lot of hoses.
In reality, this project took weeks, but in YouTube time, it takes less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Time to get the muffler out of the exhaust. It's all rusted too. There you go. That's what I needed.
We enlisted the help of a forklift to remove the generator so it would be easier to work on.
So the gen set is down, and now it's time to take it all apart and change the mounts, which are all rusted, and then check all the electrical connections, maybe causing the fault that we get. It's so much easier to work on a table than down in that locker.
If you'd like real-time updates and behind-the-scenes content, consider joining the Harbors Unknown community on Patreon. It's just so hard to get everything out, huh?
Yeah, it's all rusted.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. This is the motherboard. I'm gonna take it out. I don't know if it's the motherboard. It's a board.
Right.
It's definitely a motherboard. But you can see even here this salt everywhere.
These are the mounts that need to be removed.
Yeah, so here the clamp broke at sea and I repaired it with some wire. So it wasn't a perfect repair, but
No, I think we were in the Tuamotus, right?
yeah. It's working. Okay, stop now.
Okay.
It's a total rusty mess.
Oh.
But it's coming up.
So now, oh, look at that.
This is the piece that we need to change.
Yeah. She is definitely a mess, and of course, most people would say just get rid of the generator, but our washer and dryer is wired to it. It's also our air conditioning, and those, of course, can be powered by a bigger inverter, but we'd have to get a bigger inverter. It's not just like one simple thing. So hopefully we can fix it.
We're totally disconnected finally.
Yep. It's good. Okay. Only like how many hours?
I don't know.
6. That's okay.
So, okay.
Now we get to clean it up.
Look at the amount of salt here.
Wow. It's nuts.
Nuts. Probably have to change all this.
Yeah. It's just soaked in salt.
Yeah.
So now that everything is disconnected, Fabio is laughing because he always forgets that we actually should film. Still, 4 years, almost 5 years later.
Anyway, all the wires are out.
Yeah, all the wires are out.
And everything, all the connections are covered so that they'll get wet. And now I'm starting to clean up. Sorry, sun's in my eyes. They're gonna sandblast it, so I will cover this with duct tape so it doesn't ruin the actual pipe. To the case, which is all full of salt, and we're gonna have to clean that and change some parts. Now we can take all this junk out of here. They make a little tent and they work underneath so that the sandblast doesn't go everywhere. Etch it.
What you got going on?
This is epoxy Brunox. Basically, Brunox. It stops rust.
Huh?
So you spray right on rust and it's supposed to turn into I don't know what, but it stops. Binds to it. Yeah, I did already.
Yeah.
And then underneath.
Underneath it actually looks pretty good.
It's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let it be.
And you leave it hanging overnight?
I leave it hanging for a little bit.
And pray that it doesn't rain?
Yeah. Remove rust, paint.
Host, annual, host, annual, annual.
Now that the inside of the generator case is all cleaned up, we are going to start putting things back together, right?
And thanks to Richard again, Independent Riggings, for letting us use his shed here in Marston Cove.
Now the case was in much better shape.
I apply one coat of primer and then wait a little bit, apply another one, then paint. Paint that I have is supposed to be Yanmar color. It's really not, it's actually darker, but that's all I have. So I'll make do. I have a two-tone generator.
After painting, Fabio installed the new mounts.
Okay, slowly. Okay. Okay, stop.
After installing the mounts, we reconnected all of the wires and hoses.
We have reconnected everything. We keep our finger crossed. We're not really sure if it's the way it was, but pretty confident.
What percent would you say? Like
95.
wow, that's impressive. Okay, so that's good news.
Yes, 95% were okay, and we'll see. So I made a little carbon support for the new muffler, and I'm going to install it now. Support is installed. Now we're going to secure it with zip ties, and that's the complete installation.
Fabio connected the final hose and we crossed our fingers, hoping luck would be on our side and the generator would work.
Nice! Wait, what is that stuff?
Micro balloon and epoxy resin.
Epoxy resin! Yeah.
It's a bugging.
Epoxy resin.
Epoxy resin and micro balloon.
Micro balloon.
Yeah.
And then you're going to need to fair it.
Yeah, fairing, and then if we have a like dip, and then we're gonna peel again. And then so on, and then interprotect, undercoat, and then your paint.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It wasn't long before the sanding and fairing process began.
Today's sunny and nice, and we're continuing to work on the boat. Here you can see our friends from Cove Marine taking down some of the hardware to repair the longeron.
Once the hardware was removed, the repair process began.
While we were gone, they injected a high-strength epoxy resin inside all the voids that were inside the longeron, covered with fiberglass. There was no fiberglass on the edges.
Right, it was just glued together.
Just glued together, and they wrapped it in the carbon fiber, and then covered it with this high-strength epoxy resin. So now it should be super strong.
Yep. So good to see this progress being made. Yeah, teamwork. Yeah, it's good. So work is moving along, right?
Yeah, unexpected as it was, but at least we're taking advantage of this time to put the attachment for the storm jib. We've been talking about it back and forth that we're going to do this. Some of the new boats have an option to having a pad eye in the longeron. We didn't have that done, and to put a new pad eye, it's a bit complicated and there's a lot of destruction. So we decided to just put a Dyneema strapping around the longeron, and we're making two.
Bit noisy right now. Okay.
So
now, what was that you were saying?
we're making two slits on each side of the longeron on top of the catwalk, so that we can put a strap of Dyneema, basically Dyneema webbing around it to serve as the attachment point of the tack of the storm jib, which we don't have yet. We have to build one, but one step at a time.
Yep.
Grouting the hole, grinding the fiberglass to replace it with carbon fiber reinforcement, shaping the insert for the slots, and then placing them. Preparing the surface for carbon fiber, and then carefully placing the carbon fiber in the slot.
The guys working on Wanderlust are awesome. It has been raining like on and off all day, but they still continue working under this tent here, and they've primed the longeron here, and they've done the initial coats for the holes in the longeron for the storm jib tie down. Moving along. If only the weather will cooperate with us. It's forecast to rain. Today's Sunday. It's forecast to rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's June 15th today, and my visa expires on July 2nd, so just over 2 weeks. So I've got to figure out if I'm going to apply for another visa or if we'll be able to leave. They've even primed the chines, so really making great progress.
The sun did eventually come out, and
the guys are almost done with prepping for the final coat. They're looking for a little defect using this coat that is red and shows the pitting, the pinholes that otherwise would not be visible. And the work looks fantastic, I gotta say. Very, very detailed people here.
meanwhile, the final coat of paint was being applied to the longeron.
Today is another day, and it's the final day of sanding on the chines, so that's really exciting. They just have some small patches here, and then they'll be painting. Is it the final coat of paint?
Yeah, final,
Wow.
yeah, one coat of paint, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, and well, then they have to redo the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom paint, yeah.
Today's Wednesday, Friday's a holiday, but they said they're gonna work on Saturday, so we're hoping to go
No water on
in
Monday.
the water on Monday, so fingers crossed. Then on the longeron, everything is looking great here. The crack is totally repaired and painted, and the holes for the Dyneema webbing for the storm jib is basically all done. They're just gonna put back the flexi teak today. So the guys have been working away and they have painted. It actually looks like new, right?
Yeah, you can tell the difference. It looks spectacularly matched.
It is so smooth.
Meanwhile, the hardware for the longeron is going back. These guys are awesome.
And finally, after 6 weeks on the hard, Wanderlust was ready. The final step was to put the generator back on board.
Go!
And now even more exciting, the guys are coming over with the lift to put us back in the water.
This is what happens when no one is watching. Things break, and with the breaking comes the fixing, the rebuilding. Miles under our keel, hours in the yard, they shape us as sailors, as partners, as humans. This is the journey no one sees, the journey that makes all the others possible, until the next thing breaks.